Good morning. We're here on the final day of the Maryland, Delaware, DC Press Association Awards Program. All this week, we have celebrated the winners of the MDDC contest, focusing on categories in revenue, design, and editorial. And so it comes to the last episode. Today, we will be focusing on news and beat reporting. We'll announce the winner of the Best Moves category, and we will crown our winner of the top prizes in News Organization of the Year. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Let's get started. Before we get started with our awards, I want to take a moment and thank the MDDC Board of Directors. This tireless group of 18 guides the activities of the association and its wholly owned for-profit subsidiary, MDDC Ad Services. I'm so appreciative of their expertise, their time, and their talent as we navigate new landscapes in our industry. Daryl LaPrade of Independent News Media is our president this year. Len Lazarick of Maryland Reporter is our vice president. Denise Rolark Barnes of the Washington Informer is our treasurer. Mike Feely of the News Journal and the Daily Times is our secretary, and Chris Gunty rounds out our officers as past president. Thank you all for your commitment to MDDC. Now, let's get to our awards. Today, we're focusing on news and beat reporting. Our first category is breaking news. In Division O, Lewis Krause of the Baltimore Brew places second, and Fern Shen, along with Lewis and J.M. Giordano, places first. In Division F, Joanna Sullivan of the Baltimore Business Journal places second, and Trish McGee of Kent County News places first. In Division E, David Holtzel of Washington Jewish Week places second, and Dan Belson of the Southern Maryland News places first. In Division D, George Matzik Jr. of the Catholic Review snags second prize, and James Whitlow of the Aegis places first. In Division C, John Kelvey of the Carroll County Times places second, and Jessica Durstein of the Star Democrat wins first. In Division B, Steve Bonal of the Frederick News Post places second, and Lily Price of the Capitol places first. And in Division A, the News Journal sweeps the category with Isabel Hughes doing double duty in both first and second place. Second goes to Isabel and her colleague Esteban Parra, and first place, Isabel strikes again, this time with Jeannie Kwang and Meredith Newman. And the best of show for breaking news goes to Isabel Hughes, Jeannie Kwang, and Meredith Newman of the News Journal for George Floyd protests in Wilmington turn violent. Congratulations. Our next category is general news story. In Division O, Victoria Ebner of the Capitol News Service Wire places second, and Marcus Dieterle of the Baltimore Fishbowl places first. In Division F, Taylor DeVille and Craig Clary of Catonsville Times win second prize, and Taylor alone takes the top prize. In Division E, Eric Shute of the Washington Jewish Week places second, and Bryce Stump places first for the Salisbury Independent. In Division D, S. Wayne Carter Jr., writing for the Aegis, places second, and George P. Matzik Jr. of the Catholic Review places first. In Division C, Jane Bellmeyer of the Cecil Whig places second, and her colleague William Carroll wins first prize. In Division B, Heather Mongilio of the Capitol places second, and Jeremy Arias and Ryan Marshall of the Frederick News Post place first. In Division A, Esteban Parra and Brittany Horn place second for the News Journal, and Jessica Anderson snags first prize for the Baltimore Sun. And the best of show for general news story goes to Jessica Anderson of the Baltimore Sun for After Tragedy, Baltimore grandparents begin a new life, raising slain daughter's 4 children. Congratulations, Jessica. Our next category is continuing coverage. In Division O, Caitlin Peets of the Bethesda Beat wins second prize, and the Baltimore Brew takes first prize for Mark Reuter, Ian Round, and Fern Shen. In Division F, Holden Weiland of the Baltimore Business Journal places second and first, a sweep in the category. In Division E, Greg Bassett of the Salisbury Independent places second, and Daniel Cernovitz of the Washington Business Journal places first. In Division D, Taylor DeVille places second for the Towson Times, and the staff of the Catholic Review snag first prize. In Division C, Mary Grace Keller and John Kelvey of the Carroll County Times win second prize, and William Carroll and Carl Hamilton of the Cecil Whig place first. In Division B, Heather Mongilio of the Capitol places second, and Brooks DeBose of the Capitol, her colleague, places first. In Division A, Maddie Lauria of the News Journal places second, and the staff of the Baltimore Sun places first. And best of show for continuing coverage goes to Mark Reuter, Ian Round, and Fern Shen of the Baltimore Brew for Questions Mount for Baltimore's 6th-term comptroller. Congratulations. Our next category is investigative reporting. In Division O, Mark Reuter of the Baltimore Brew places second, and he comes back to win first, this time with Ian Round and David Plimer. In Division F, Dan DeVillio of the Kent County News places second, and Holden Willen of the Baltimore Business Journal places first. In Division E, Greg Bassett of the Salisbury Independent places first. In Division D, George P. Matzik Jr. of the Catholic Review places second, and Jake Owens of the Delaware Business Times places first. In Division C, Teresa McMinn of the Cumberland Times wins second prize, and Julia Wrench of the Daily Times wins first. In Division B, Danielle Ohl, Talia Buford, and Bina Ragdahavdran of the Capitol wins second prize, and Heather Mongilio of the Frederick News Post wins first. In Division A, the Baltimore Sun sweeps the category with Jessica Anderson and Christine Zhang placing second, and Yvonne Wenger placing first. And the best of show for investigative reporting goes to Yvonne Wenger of the Baltimore Sun for At What Cost? For Baltimore's poorest families, the child support system exacts a heavy price, and it's hurting whole communities. Congratulations to Yvonne. The next category is local government. In Division O, the winners are Bennett Latrone of Maryland Matters in second place, and in first, his colleague, Bruce DePutt, wins first. In Division F, Angie Price of the Bay Times wins second prize, and Joanna Sullivan of the Baltimore Business Journal places first. In Division E, Susan Kim of the Business Monthly places second, and Alex Coma of the Washington Business Journal places first. In Division D, Chris Gunty of the Catholic Review places second, and David Anderson of the Aegis places first. In Division C, the winners are Matthew Prensky of the Daily Times in second place, and William Carroll of the Cecil Whig in first. In Division B, the winners are Katrina Pereira and Steve Bonal of the Frederick News Post placing second, and Brooks DeBose of the Capitol placing first. In Division A, our winners are Emily Opilo of the Baltimore Sun in second place, and Meredith Cohn and Jean Marbella of the Baltimore Sun in first. And our best of show for local government goes to Meredith Cohn and Jean Marbella of the Baltimore Sun for Safe Place to Shoot Up. Some say Baltimore needs supervised sites for drug use. Others say that's insane. Our next category is state government. In Division O, the winners are Sean McGoey and Amina Lampkin of the Capitol News Service Wire, and in first place, Bruce DePutt of Maryland Matters. In Division F, Leanne Shank of the Kent County News wins first prize. In Division E, Madison Bateman of Southern Maryland News places first. In Division D, David Anderson of the Aegis wins the top prize. And in Division C, Brian Sears of the Daily Record places second, and Matthew Prensky of the Daily Times wins first. In Division B, Steve Bonell of the Frederick News Post wins second prize, and his colleague, Heather Mongilio, places first. In Division A, the winners are Pamela Wood in second place for the Baltimore Sun, and Emily Opilo, her colleague, places first. And the best of show for state government goes to Heather Mongilio of the Frederick News Post for Transparency and Disease, How the Maryland Department of Health's Policy Differs. Congratulations, Heather. Our next category is public service. In Division O, the winners are Bennett Leckrone, Daniel Gaines, and Josh Kurtz of Maryland Matters in second place, and Andy Schatz of Bethesda Beat wins the top prize. In Division F, Lynn Parks of the Seaford Star places second, while Josh Shannon snags first for the Newark Post. In Division E, the winners are Laura Walter of Coastal Point in second, and Greg Bassett of Salisbury Independent in first. In Division C, Matthew Prensky of the Daily Times places second, and his colleague Kelly Powers wins first prize. In Division B, Erica Riley and Mary Grace Keller win second prize for the Frederick News Post, and their colleague Heather Mongilio places first. In Division A, Brittany Horn of the News Journal wins second prize, and Yvonne Wenger of the Baltimore Sun wins first. And best of show for public service goes to Yvonne Wenger of the Baltimore Sun for At What Cost? For Baltimore's poorest families, the child support system exacts a heavy price. Congratulations. Our next category is our wild card category. This category changes each year to remain topical about what's most important to news media organizations in the contest year. In 2020, the editorial committee chose coronavirus in the community frontlines. Let's see our winners. In Division O, Louis Krause and Fern Shen win second prize for the Baltimore Brew, and their colleagues Mark Ritter, Ian Round, and David Plimmer win first. In Division F, Amanda Yeager of the Baltimore Business Journal wins second prize, and Tony Windsor of the Seaford Star wins first. In Division E, Sarah Kilgore of the Washington Business Journal wins second prize, and Anna Fagai of the Howard County Times wins first. In Division D, Katie Jones of the Laurel Leader wins first prize, and Taylor DeVille of the Towson Times wins first. In Division C, Kelly Powers of the Daily Times wins second prize, and her colleague, Julia Wrench, wins first. In Division B, Greg Swatek of the Frederick News Post wins second prize, and Alex Mann of the Capitol wins first. In Division A, Meredith Cohn and Christina Tasic of the Baltimore Sun wins second prize, and Meredith Newman of the News Journal wins first. And best of show goes to Mark Reuter, Ian Round, and David Plimmer of the Baltimore Brew for Death and Denial as COVID-19 hits future care. Congratulations. Our next category is news-driven multimedia storytelling. In Division O, Ben Gonzalez of the Capital News Service Wire wins first prize. In Division F, Carly Milligan of the Baltimore Business Journal wins the top prize. And in Division C, Taisha Young and Matthew Prensky of the Daily Times win first place. In Division B, Graham Cullen of the Frederick News Post sweeps the category, winning both first and second prize. And in Division A, Xerxes Wilson, Jared Whalen, and Jenna Miller of the News Journal wins second prize, and the staff of the Baltimore Sun wins first. And the best of show goes to Graham Cullen of the Frederick News Post for sailing through the winter solstice. Congratulations, Graham. Our next category is business reporting. In Division O, the winners are Ed Gunz from Baltimore Fishbowl in second place, and Mark Reuter from the Baltimore Brew in first place. In Division F, Joanna Sullivan of the Baltimore Business Journal wins second prize, and her colleague Melody Simmons wins first. In Division E, Carton Cordell of the Washington Business Journal wins second prize, and his colleague Andy Medici wins first. In Division D, Jacob Owens of the Delaware Business Times sweeps the category, winning both first and second prize. And in Division C, Julia Wrench of the Daily Times wins second prize, and Ellie Heffernan of the Daily Record wins first. In Division B, Catherine Formica of the Capitol wins second prize, and Graham Cullen of the Frederick News Post wins first. In Division A, Tim Prudenti of the Baltimore Sun wins second prize, and his colleague Meredith Cohn wins first. And the best of show goes to Andy Medici of the Washington Business Journal for the PPP's reach. Congratulations. Our next category is medical or science reporting. In Division O, first prize goes to Zach Hill of the Baynet. In Division F, the winners are Amanda Yeager of the Baltimore Business Journal in second place, and Hannah Combs of the Dorchester Star in first. In Division E, Madison Bateman of the Southern Maryland News wins second prize, and Karen McGill of Coastal Point wins first. In Division C, Julia Wrench of the Daily Times wins second prize, and Craig Horlman of the Delaware State News wins first. In Division B, Heather Mongilio of the Frederick News Post wins second prize, and her colleague Greg Swatek wins first. In Division A, the winners are Meredith Cohn of the Baltimore Sun in second place, and her colleague Tim Prudenti wins first. And the best of show for medical or science reporting goes to Tim Prudente of the Baltimore Sun for how the coronavirus vaccine relies on Maryland's strangest fishery, horseshoe crab. Congratulations, Tim. Our next category is education reporting. In Division O, the winners are Danielle Gaines of Maryland Matters in second place and Caitlin Peets of Bethesda Beat in first. In Division F, Jacob Took wins second prize for the Newark Post, and Trish McGee of the Kent County News wins first prize. In Division E, George Berkheimer of the Business Monthly wins second prize, and Laura Walter of Coastal Point snags the top prize. In Division D, Paul McMullen of the Catholic Review wins first place. And in Division C, Kristen Griffith of the Carroll County Times wins second prize, and Angela Roberts of the Carroll County Times wins first. In Division B, Naomi Harris wins second place for the Capitol, and Katrina Pereira wins first prize for the Frederick News Post. And in Division A, Allison Nevitz, Lillian Reed, and Liz Bowie win second prize for the Baltimore Sun, and Jonathan Pitts wins first. And the best of show for education reporting goes to Caitlin Peets of Bethesda Beat for a whole system failure. Test scores indicate half of MCPS's third graders can't read at grade level. Congratulations, Caitlin. Our next category is environmental reporting. In Division O, Caitlin Francis wins second prize for the Capitol News Service Wire, and Rose Horowitz wins first prize for the Bethesda Beat. In Division F, Carly Milligan and Ethan McLeod place second for the Baltimore Business Journal, and Lynn Parks of the Seaford Star wins first prize. In Division E, Jesse Berman of the Baltimore Jewish Times places second, and Daniel Cernovitz of the Washington Business Journal places first. In Division D, Whitney Pipkin of the Bay Journal wins second prize, and her colleague Tim Wheeler wins first. In Division C, Kelly Powers of the Daily Times wins second prize, and her colleague Julia Wrench wins first. In Division B, Hannah Himes of the Frederick News Post wins second prize, and Katrina Pereira of the Frederick News Post again wins first. And in Division A, Scott Dance of the Baltimore Sun sweeps the category, winning both first and second prize. And the best of show for environmental reporting goes to Daniel Cernovitz of the Washington Business Journal for treading water. Congratulations, Daniel. Our next category is arts and entertainment reporting. In Division O, Louis Krause of the Baltimore Brew wins second prize, and Matt McDonald of Bethesda Beat wins first. In Division F, Ethan McLeod of the Baltimore Business Journal wins second prize, and his colleague Amanda Yeager places first. In Division E, Jesse Berman of the Baltimore Jewish Times wins second prize, and Mark Smith of the Business Monthly wins first. In Division D, Mary Tillman of the Catholic Review places first. And in Division C, John Kelvey of the Carroll County Times wins second prize, and his colleague Catalina Ryder wins first. In Division B, Katrina Pereira of the Frederick News Post wins second prize, and Olivia Sanchez of the Capitol wins first. And in Division A, John Williams IV wins second prize for the Baltimore Sun, and Tim Prudente, his colleague, wins first prize. And best of show for arts or entertainment reporting goes to Amanda Yeager of the Baltimore Business Journal for Greater Baltimore's concert venues are stuck in limbo during pandemic. Congratulations. Our next category is religion reporting. In Division F, the winners are Doug Bishop of the Bay Times in second place and Lynn Parks of Seaford Star in first. In Division E, Lisa Traeger of Washington Jewish Week wins second prize, and Caleb Soplatayan of the Southern Maryland News wins first. In Division D, Christopher Gunty of the Catholic Review wins second prize, and his colleague Paul McMullen wins first. In Division C, Shreya Argwal of the Carroll County Times wins second prize, and Kelly Powers of the Daily Times wins first. In Division B, Mary Grace Keller wins second prize for the Frederick News Post, and Donovan Conaway wins first prize for the Capitol. In Division A, Jonathan Pitts of the Baltimore Sun sweeps the category, winning both first and second prize. And Best of Show for religion reporting goes to Jonathan Pitts of the Baltimore Sun for Gospel and Gorillas, pop-themed mass featuring memes and a YouTube, a potent draw for Loyola University students. Congratulations. Our next category is growth and land use reporting. In Division O, our winners are Lawrence Lanahan in second place for the Baltimore Fish Bowl, and the Baltimore Brews' Ed Gunts and Mark Reuter win first. In Division F, Josh Shannon of the Newark Post wins second prize, and Alana Haynes of Catonsville Times wins first. In Division E, Anna Fagai of the Howard County Times wins second prize, and Alex Coma of the Washington Business Journal wins first. In Division D, Katie Tabling of the Delaware Business Times wins second prize, and her colleague Jake Owens wins first. In Division C, Mary Grace Keller of the Carroll County Times wins second prize, and Greg Larry of Cumberland Times News wins first. And in Division B, Steve Bonnell and Ryan Marshall of the Frederick News Post win second prize, and their colleague Alan Etzler wins first. And in Division A, Scott Dance of the Baltimore Sun wins second prize, and Hallie Miller of the Baltimore Sun wins first. And Best of Show for growth and land use reporting goes to Ed Gunts and Mark Reuter of the Baltimore Brew for Historic Mill District faces development pressure. Congratulations. Our last category is public notice reporting. In Division F, Josh Shannon of the Newark Post wins second prize, and Mike Detmer of the Dorchester Star wins first. In Division E, Chris Flood of the Cape Gazette wins first prize. And the Best of Show for public notice reporting goes to Chris Flood of Cape Gazette for preserving Rehoboth's past with an eye to the future. Congratulations to all of our winners. Now, let's move to our Best Moves category and see what the audience has chosen. We had 4 nominees for the Best Moves category. Best moves could be anything from editorial to circulation to advertising or a back office idea that was a publication's best move in the contest year. As a refresher, let's walk through our nominees. The Catholic Review, the Daily Record, the Frederick News Post, and the Baltimore Sun. The Catholic Review nominated its revamped workflow, which in concert with other publications within the Catholic Press Association, guided them on a rethinking of their workflow to be used for multiple platforms and various audiences. The Daily Record nominated their pivot to virtual events with Top 100 Women, creating a plan to allow many of their signature events to occur safely, to learn and interact, and virtually in 2020. The Frederick News Post migrated their Best of the Best, or Bob Reader's Choice Awards, to an online space and garnered a large number of nominations and a very popular event. Finally, the Baltimore Sun nominated their Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Reporting Group to develop impactful journalism about diverse and underserved communities in the Baltimore region. The audience has spoken. It's now time to announce our News Organization of the Year. All of our winners were assigned point values based on first or second place wins. We tallied those numbers up, and the publications, the news organizations with the highest number of points in their division win News Organization of the Year. In Division O, our winner is Baltimore Brew. Congratulations. In Division F, our winner is the Baltimore Business Journal. In Division E, our winner is Coastal Point. In Division D, the winner is Catholic Review. Congratulations. And in Division C, the top prize goes to the Daily Times. In Division B, the Frederick News Post is the winner. And in Division A, the News Organization of the Year is the Baltimore Sun. Congratulations to all of our winners and nominees. You make journalism better in our region. The full awards program, the winner list, and gallery of award-winning work is at MDDCpress.com under our awards. You can also check out each segment of our program on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for spending the afternoon with us, and we look forward to coming back again next year with another award-winning year of wonderful journalism. Thank you.